Hello, every person. My name is Jose Jimenez. I just want to say that no matter what you see tonight, I am not a coward. I'm really a very brave person. Probably.
The Bill Dana Show, starring Bill Dana as Jose Jimenez. Also starring Jonathan Harris and Don Adams.
I could be another James Bond, Jose. It's just that it's difficult for a house detective to get a license to kill.
Don't you worry. You're as good a detective as that James Bond is any day, Mr. Glick.
James Bond. These storybook detectives are ridiculous. Now, in my day, detectives were detectives.
I bet they were.
Yes, I remember when I was with the force in Chicago. A couple of vicious killers were trapped in a hotel room, and we had to go in there and get them out. Well, Jose, a young detective by the name of McLean, came to me paralyzed with fear. I can't face those machine guns, he said. I looked him right in the eye, Jose, and I said, would you rather face me, McLean?
Well, what did he do?
Bolted right into those machine guns. Just as a barrage was starting. 2 minutes later, the smoke cleared. And there was McLean. And there was McLean. A bit of McLean over there.
Did he get hurt?
Well, it took him a little while to pull himself together.
Morning, fellas.
Morning.
Morning, Susie.
Yes, yes. Susie, you got any donuts?
No, they're gone.
Gone? When did they disappear? I'll track those downlooks down if it's the last thing I do,
Oh,
Susie.
they didn't disappear, Mr. Glick. We sold them.
Ah. Well, it's just as well. I shouldn't be eating donuts anyway. A man in my profession has got to keep in fighting trim.
That's right.
You look like you're in great shape to me.
150 pounds of rippling muscle. Not an ounce of fat on me. Here, feel that, Susie. Hard as a rock, eh?
Well, not exactly.
Ah. Well, try this.
No, you're right, Mr. Glick. A detective like you really needs hard elbows.
That's right, Jose. You've got to stay in tip-top shape.
Tip-top shape.
Like last week when I captured that pickpocket in the hotel lobby.
I remember that.
Yes, then you'll probably recall how beautifully I apprehended the culprit. Without a thought to any danger to my own person, I rushed in, applied a quick karate cut, then a judo flip, and tossed the thief over my shoulder.
I bet you won't have any more trouble with that little old lady.
Yes, but I'm going to have some trouble with her little old attorney. Well, those little old ladies are the worst anyway. Throw them on the floor, and right away they start crying like a baby. Women, no wonder they call them the weaker sex. Well, here's to the male sex, Jose. Long may we reign, and may we ever be strong.
May we be strong in the ring.
Yes, Mrs. Warren. I guarantee that the staff of the Park Central will have 100% representation. 90% of the staff have already pledged themselves, and I'll sign up the remainder this afternoon, never fear. You're entirely welcome. We're happy to do this for the Red Cross. Goodbye. Now, let's see. Harris signed, Wilson signed. That leaves Jimenez, Glick, Susie, come in. Johnson.
Hello, Mr. Bailey. You called for me, Mr. Bailey?
Yes, Jimenez. I want something from you.
Anything, Mr. Bailey.
I'm really not asking for very much.
Mr. Bailey, if you want something for me, you just name it.
All I want from you is a pint of blood.
Name something else.
The Red Cross is having a drive for donors, and I have promised to pledge the entire staff. Now, you're not going to let me down, are you, Jimenez?
I think so. I think I'll start right now.
I don't believe it. This is your patriotic duty, and you're a patriot, aren't you?
Well, I used to be.
Well, then sign here.
Mr. Bailey, are you sure they need my blood?
Yes, the blood bank needs your good red blood.
Oh, darn it all. What a shame. Then they can't use my blood.
Why not?
Well, because my blood isn't red. It's green.
Don't worry, they'll take it anyway.
But it's green.
We'll tell them it isn't ripe yet. Now, here. Sign.
Well, Mr. Phillies, when do they want me to give my blood?
Today?
Today. Oh, what a change! I can't give my blood today.
Why not?
Because today is Monday.
What has Monday got to do with it?
Well, didn't you know Monday's a special Latin holiday, when nobody is allowed to bleed?
What?
I would not tell you a lie. That's very true, If I should get cut today, I would have to hold it in until tomorrow. You watch how careful I go by a pointed thing like that.
One more minute. Are you nervous about giving your blood?
That's not it.
You're scared.
That's not it either.
You're yellow.
That's it.
Aren't you ashamed of being yellow?
Well, it goes good with my green blood.
Have you ever given blood before?
Not on purpose.
That's what you're afraid of. You're afraid of the unknown. Jimenez, I assure you it's absolutely painless. Why, I myself give a pint every 3 months. Now, stop being difficult and sign.
I am not being difficult. I mean, anybody else wouldn't just rush into something like that. They would wait a long, long time before they made an important decision like giving the blood. Why, they would take this thing home to their family. They would ask anybody all about it. You are somebody else.
You want to see me, Mr. Phillips?
Yes, Susie. I'm taking pledges for the blood bank. Can I count on you?
Oh, of course. Where do I sign?
Right here. Thank you, Susie.
Oh, it's my
Thank you,
pleasure.
Susan.
Well, Stoutheart, are you going to let a girl show you up?
It's a good question. Could I have some time to think it over?
Jose, please sign this pledge as a personal favor to me.
It's a personal favor to you, Mr. Phillies?
Yes.
Okay. I would sign the pledge as a personal favor to you.
Good lad.
Don't take your hand off.
Thank you.
Mr. Phillies,
Yes?
I did a personal favor for you. Would you do a personal favor for me?
Yes, Jose. What?
Tear that out.
Don't be silly, Jimenez. Come in.
You wanted to see me, Mr. Phillips?
Yes, Mr. Glick. I want you to sign this pledge.
What for? I'm not a drinking man. If you told him I was, Jose, you're maligning my character, and I'll sue you for every penny you've got.
It's not that at all. Mr. Phillips wants you to go to the blood bank to give your blood.
He wants who to go where to give what?
You bank blood.
You big nut. What's he talking about?
The entire staff is donating blood, and I want you to sign up.
Oh, well, why didn't you say so, Mr. Phillips? If it's a pint of blood you want, then it's a pint of blood you'll get. Or something just as good. How about a nice striped tie to go with that shirt?
Stop being ridiculous.
I'm not being
I
ridiculous.
want you to sign this pledge.
I just can't go around giving my blood willy-nilly. That stuff doesn't grow on trees, you know.
Mr. Glick, they need your blood.
They need it. What am I supposed to use, borscht?
Well, is the brave, fearless Mr. Glick afraid to give a pint of blood?
Well, it's got nothing to do with fear, Mr. Phillips. I'm in charge of the security of this hotel, and I'm liable to get into a gun battle any day and lose a lot of blood. And if it's all the same to you, I'd rather save it for that than blow it on a donation.
Let me worry about the safety of the hotel. You just sign this pledge. Each of our employees is giving a pint, including myself. Well, are you going to give like everybody else? Or are you going to allow yourself to be called a coward?
Call me that once and let me see how it sounds.
Very well. You're a coward.
That doesn't sound too bad.
You're an unemployed coward.
That doesn't sound too good.
I put my hand on your shoulder. take the ketchup out of there, please. Please, take it out of my
Oh,
sight.
for heaven's You're not worried about the blood bank, are you?
Yes, I'm worried about the blood bank, are you? Susie, are you sure it doesn't hurt?
How many times do I have to tell you?
A lot of times.
It's a very simple process.
Yes, but...
I've had it done lots of times, and it just doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah, but you're a lady, and ladies could stand pain better than men.
Jose, there is no pain. Really.
I know, but...
Now, you're not going to back out, are you?
Okay. You sign the pledge and I go through it.
Good. I'm proud of you.
You proud of me?
Mm-hmm. You know, when a person's afraid to do something, then they go ahead and do it anyway, that's courage.
I thought that was stupidity.
I'll have a cup of coffee, Susie, black, with a lot of cream and sugar in it.
You ready to go to the blood bank?
I'm not going.
You're not go. You got to go. You signed the pledge.
Yes, but that's before I realize that this whole thing is a nefarious plot by Phillips.
Psh.
That's all, Susie. Thank you very much.
And nefarious flow?
Yes, don't you understand what Phillips is trying to do? He wants us to give our blood, right?
That's right.
Do you know why?
Sure, so they would have it at the blood bank.
Fiddlesticks, Jose. Phillips is just trying to weaken us. He takes our blood, we're too anemic to do our work properly, and that gives him an excuse to cut our salaries.
Oh, I don't believe that.
You don't believe that?
No.
Well, how about this? Phillips' wife is a vampire.
Phyllis' wife is a vampire. Mrs. Phyllis doesn't even like baseball. Mr. Glegg, I hate to remind you, because you are my superior in the hotel. But we sign, and we must go by that pledge.
All right, Jose, if you want to run off and be a foolhardy hero, it's okay with me. I'm not going to try and stop you. I just hope the excruciating pain isn't too much for you.
Ho, 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 there is no pain, because Susie told me.
Is that right?
Yes.
Well, do you have any idea of how they get blood?
No.
The same way that they get sap from a maple tree.
Sap from a maple tree?
Yes, they drill a hole in your leg, shove a spigot in, and hang a can on it.
You ready, Susie? Come along, gentlemen. I have you down for the first group.
Mr. Phyllis, I don't want to hang a can on my leg. I mean, maybe our blood isn't even good enough.
There's nothing wrong with it. You're two strong, healthy specimens. It would be different if you were sick.
But...
Just a minute, Jose. Let me get this straight, Mr. Phillips. If we were sick, we wouldn't have to give our blood?
No, but you're not sick.
That's where you're wrong, Mr. Phillips. I may look like a strong, healthy specimen, but I'm still suffering a little bit from shock from the last war.
Shock.
Yes, I was nearly drafted, you know.
Get on the bus. You're not sick.
But, Mr.
Go!
Bus. Does caustic count?
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just one moment. Where do you think you're going?
We forgot something.
What was that?
We forgot to stay on the bus.
Now, sit down and stop acting like children. Really, Mr. Glick, your behavior on the bus was outrageous.
What was wrong with it?
A grown man lying on the floor, kicking his heels. As for you, Jimenez.
I only cried a little.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank all of you so much today for volunteering.
Volunteering. We were shanghaied.
And now, if you'll just follow Miss Henshaw, Dr. Charles will take care of you.
One moment, Mrs. Warren. Mr. Glick, Jimenez, to the front, march. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now,
if you'll just wait in the next room, we'll get to you later. Next. Come along, come along. One at a time, please.
Let's throw fingers.
Odds, one takes it.
2 out of 90.
No, no. I'll help you. You come first.
Don't take any more, that's a fight.
I'm just taking your blood pressure.
What time am I?
That doesn't tell time, it just tells whether your blood pressure is too high or too low.
If my blood pressure is too high or too low, then you would not take my blood?
That's right.
Could I ask you something?
Go ahead.
Is my blood pressure too high?
No.
Is my blood pressure too low?
No.
Who asked you?
Your blood pressure is perfect.
That's just my...
Next.
You'll be sorry.
Not too tight, Doc. I bruise easily. Can't find any pulse, eh? I could have told you, Doc. My pulse stops all the time. It's a family affliction. The curse of the Glicks.
Your pulse is fine.
A lot you know. How long have you been a doctor?
Now, I appreciate you fellas coming down here, but I'm a very busy man, so please don't give me any trouble.
Well, how are we doing?
Terrible. My blood pressure is right on time.
Mr. Glick, give me your finger.
I will, Doc.
Please.
What for?
I'm going to take a sample of your blood.
A sample? What are you going to do, send a salesman on the road with it?
We need a sample for your hemoglobin determination.
Excuse me, what kind of determination?
Hemoglobin.
Hemoglobin? Well, if you don't eat it till Halloween, we'll come back. Come on, Brian.
Please, let me have your finger. I'm just going to prick it and take a drop.
Do it to him first. I want to see what happens.
Do it to him first, and we'll both see what happens.
I've already had it done. Give the doctor your finger.
No. No, I've gone along with you so far, Mr. Phillips, but I'm fed up with this thing. If you think that I'm going to stand here and allow that man to drain my body of its vital juices, then you and he are right out of there. Oh! You pulled a knife on me, Doc.
I'd like to, but we need you. Now, you're next, Mr. Jimenez.
Oh, no, you're not going to play the same trick on me.
What trick is that?
Well, the way you got him to stick his finger out like this. I know what a woman goes through when she has a baby.
Now, please, little mother.
Well, Bible, at least it's over.
It's not over. It was only a preliminary examination.
They want more?
You two will just wait in the next room. We'll get to you in a minute.
And if there's any further nonsense from either of you, you're both fired. This is the greatest exhibition of cowardice I have ever seen.
Oh, well, thank you, Mr. Phillips.
Get out!
If he thinks that was the greatest exhibition, he should see me in an aeroplane.
See me in a dark room.
Would you gentlemen like something to drink? I have orange juice, tomato juice, milk, or tea.
No, thank you.
Excuse me?
I tell you, Jose, I figured it all out, and I think the best thing for us to do is to get out of here as quickly as possible.
Oh, well, you figured it out wrong, Mr. Glick. We can't do that. We'll lose our jobs. We gotta find some way of doing something without losing our jobs. You know? Mr. Glick.
Hmm?
Excuse me. Tomato juice. What does tomato juice look like?
Let's go see if anyone's coming, Jose.
All right, nurse, I'll be right back. Well, we're ready for you two. If you just follow me into that room in there, come on.
Oh, doctor, we don't have to do that. We saved you some time. We took out our own blood.
You took your own blood?
Well, what he means is one of the nurses took it.
Yeah, one of the nurses.
Hey, Doc, a whole cup full of the stuff. Now, tell me the truth. Have you ever seen blood as rich as that in your life?
No, I haven't. It's remarkable. I never saw yellow blood with pits in it.
Jose, you heisted the orange juice.
What are you worried about? My blood's got a bag in it.
Now, will you two please do me a favor? Tell me something. Why are you doing this to me?
Because we're afraid.
You have nothing to fear.
You have nothing to fear. You are taking. We are giving.
If you don't want to give your blood, you don't have to. We don't force anyone.
I know you don't force anyone, but if we didn't give our blood, Mr. Phillips would take it from us the hard way. A drop at a time.
But if that upsets you, why don't you sit down? Mr. Phillips comes in. I'll tell him you've already given.
Dr. Paulson, you mean that?
Certainly.
That you would do that for us? Oh, thank you very much. You are a marvelous doctor. You are a great humanitarian and a marvelous liar.
I tell you, Jose, that man is another Schweitzer.
After what he did for us.
Oh, hi, you finished too?
Oh, hello, Susie.
Well, Susie.
Well, now, doesn't that give you a good feeling?
Well,
Just think, your blood may help a sick person get well again. Who knows, might even be a little child.
A little child?
I think you're wonderful. I know you were afraid, but you went right ahead and gave anyway. And that took courage. I'm just so proud of you. Well, I'll see you back at the hotel, my heroes.
I know, Jose. I'm compelled to say that we've been acting like a couple of spineless cowards. And I say that we go right back in there and give them our blood. And I'd like to say one more thing before we do. I want my mommy.
Would you give these cards and pins to your staff, Mr. Phillips? These show that they've been blood donors.
Indeed I shall.
Gosh, I don't understand it, Jose. It didn't hurt at all. I didn't feel a thing.
You know something? I don't miss a single corpuscle.
Now tell the truth. Aren't you proud of yourselves?
We certainly are, Mr. Phillips. Just think, Jose, we gave our blood today, and tomorrow some sick person may be using it.
That's right. And maybe like Susie said, those little children might be using our blood. Just think, 2 little children with our blood in their veins.
Indeed. If they're young enough, they'll outgrow it. Ladies and gentlemen, the Blood Bank has asked me to express its appreciation and its gratitude to all of you. 100% of our personnel became blood donors, and they have asked me to give each of you a token of their appreciation. For each of you a certificate and an I gave pin. And now, Jose Jimenez, Byron Glick, 1 step forward. I want to present you with a special award, symbolic of your extraordinary behavior. Lemon Raspberry.